Hello, everyone, and welcome to From the Tailgate. I'm Pastor Scott, and I'm here with Andrea today. Andrea is relatively new to the program, but she's got a little bit of time under her belt. And so, first off, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good. So, what brought you to 180?
I was in Oxford and struggling getting a job, and one of the people in Oxford was telling me about the 180 program, and I thought something for me.
Okay. What's your favorite part about it?
Being around recovering addicts just like me.
Okay. So, how long have you been in addiction?
I've been in addiction for about 10 years.
10 years? What's
Yeah.
your drug of choice?
Methamphetamines and alcohol.
Okay. So you're working at Highland.
Mm-hmm.
You like it?
I love it. Some days I hate it, but most days I love it.
I'll be honest with you. Before we had women in the program, the guys were all cocky, but y'all been working them under the table. Y'all killing them. So y'all are doing a great job. So what do you think? How long have you been in 180 total?
I think I joined in October.
Okay, so November, December. So you're coming up on 3 months. What's the biggest thing you've learned so far in the program?
Biggest thing I've learned, I've learned that everybody's got the same problems that I do.
That's a big one, isn't
That's
it?
a big one.
Yeah.
And we all have to take it a day at a time.
Yeah. So what's been your favorite class so far?
Discipleship.
You like discipleship?
Yeah, I like that one.
That was pretty cool, wasn't
That was a good one.
I'll let them know what we do. We go through the lives of the disciples after Christ's death, and kind of look at, how they were people, just like us. They suffered from the same things we did: doubt, disbelief, disobedience.
Yeah.
All the stuff that we
Everything
do.
that we do.
But Jesus loved them, and like He loves us. So, have you had anything change in your life since you've come into the program?
Yeah, I have more faith in myself. There's some days that I fight with that on the daily, but it's easier to stay sober since I've been in the program, because I can always turn to another, co-worker, or somebody, in the program, and they're going through the same thing that I'm going through.
Yeah, you recently made a decision to move, didn't you?
Yeah, I was living on Wilson, and that wasn't the best choice for me. The trap house was right down the road. So felt like that for my recovery, I needed to move.
Is that a decision you think you would have made 3 or 4 months ago?
Oh no, No, 6 months. I've got 6 months and like 20 days under my belt now. But this time last year, oh no, I'd have been living right up with them.
Okay. Well, what do you hope to get out? You're 3 months in, you've got 9 months left. What are 3 goals that you have by the time you graduate?
I want to have a better relationship with God and my kids.
Okay.
I'd like to be able to have, my, fines paid, legal stuff taken care of by the time I get out of the program. And just basically a relationship with my family, because I'm just now getting a relationship. This was my first Christmas sober in many, many years, and it was great.
Did you get to see your family?
Yeah, I got to see my kids, got to see my family. It was weird this Christmas without my grandmother there.
Yeah.
Because I lost her while I was in jail, but it was good. It was bittersweet.
Yeah, God restores.
Actually, my family was there and they weren't trying to hide from me.
Hey, that's always a plus.
Yeah.
Mine used to run too. So, but do you think all those goals are attainable?
Oh yeah, most definitely, as long as I'm in the 180.
Did you think that those things were attainable before?
No.
So, not just 180, but
No.
we got to remember that God is the center of all this. How would you rate your self-image, from the time you started to where it is now?
Oh, that's probably about a 4 or 5, and now I'm like about an 8, 9.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how much how much value we can see ourselves when we see the value that we have in the kingdom. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you one last question. It's not gonna be hard.
Okay.
Actually, it's the hardest one. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. If you had a piece of advice for someone out there who's like teetering on the edge of coming into recovery or staying out there, what's the piece of advice that you would give?
Do it now. Do it now. Before it's
Ooh.
too late.
No one's ever said that one before.
I sit there so many times in my addiction and would want to quit. And you can't quit for your kids, you can't quit for your family, you gotta want to quit for you. And I finally wanted it for me. And you gotta have a relationship with God to get through it. Because without Him, I wouldn't make it where I am today.
Absolutely. That's awesome. That's awesome. Because, I mean, we all struggled with that. I mean, I don't know how many times I was supposed to go to rehab and I was like, all right, one last night, and then you never show up.
I've always told my kids I'm going to do it for them, but I would do it good for about not even a week and be right back where I was before. I had to want it for me this time.
Well, people talk about selfish prayer and stuff like that. I mean, you can't be right for your kids unless you're right with yourself. So, I mean, there has to be a desire there. So, absolutely. That's one of the strongest pieces of advice we give. Told you that'd be the easiest one.
Yeah.
Well, good deal. Well, you did awesome, and you're doing awesome. And you're going to go to work today, and you're going to do awesome out there. Jillian said that you had a ton of work to do.
Yeah.
So,
oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, but thank you for being here.
Oh,
and we
thank
love
you.
you, and God bless you. And that's from the Tailgate.